Hello everybody and welcome back to SkySaga Alpha 10. Today we're going to be talking about bombs, and bombs are the thing that are currently sitting right behind me. So let's just have a quick look at these guys. They obviously blow up and do a whole lot of damage to things around them. As you can see, that has done a bunch of damage to this kind of too thick wall, and has also thrown a little bit of a hole in that as well. So if I kind of keep triggering this thing, you'll see that it is actually going to do plenty of damage to this wall, and we're actually going to have lots of bricks blow out. Now, what I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about is both how these bombs work, the types of bombs you can get, and where you can get them from. So, bombs can be run as a Lumostone connected item or a non-connected item. Now, in the non-connected form, if a player hits them, or if an explosion hits them, then they set themselves off, and in the connected form, when a Lumostone signal hits them, then they get set off. So that's what I've been doing, triggering the bottom one with the pressure plate, and then the explosion from the bottom triggers the top three. So if we come up here and kick this guy, whoops, here we go, that's going to set that guy off, hopefully. Yep, there you go. And that explosion should then set off the other three. So even when something is hooked up to Lumostone like this, if you come over here and kick the one hooked up to Lumostone, that's going to explode as well, and that's going to cause the other three to explode just like that. So as you can see, they have a kind of short countdown timer on them at the moment, which is good because it means you can get away from them, because if you do stand right up close, kick them, and they explode, you get a whole bunch of knockback, and you get a lot of damage happening as well. So it's a good thing to stay away from. Now, I did mention there are two types of explosive barrels right now. There are the Lumostone ones, which is what I've put up over there, and there are also the ardent barrels. And if I have a look in my little crafting device here, you can see I have an ardent exploding barrel. Now, for some reason, I have collected the recipe for this, but coming into the crafting device, it tells me that I don't know the recipe. So this is a bug of some description. I'm going to put up a bug report today, just so that hopefully this can get fixed, because these barrels look really, really cool. And I'm assuming from their description they are going to work exactly the same way as the Lumostone exploding barrel. So they are kind of kickable or hittable, and then they are also set-offable with actual Lumostone, which is really, really cool. Now, the reason these guys, I thought, deserve their own video is that they are actually a little bit harder to get. So the way we go ahead and get these is we need to buy them from Knickknack, who is the island trader, or the traveling trader is what he's actually called in game. So he can randomly spawn into any of the adventure worlds at any level. So even if you jump directly into one of the free adventures, there's a chance that Knickknack is going to spawn in one of the buildings in that adventure. So you can, like I said, jump into any of these, and if you are going to hunt for Knickknack, I would definitely suggest going through and using the free adventures. Now, as I said before, there are two types. Knickknack sells both, but his shop rotates from day to day, so you're not going to know which barrel Knickknack is actually selling until you've found Knickknack once. These barrels that I've set up here, the Lumostone barrels, are sold for 50 yellow wax, and then the ardent exploding barrels are sold for some of the keystones and also some mischief powder. So it's a good idea to kind of keep some mischief powder and the 50 wax on you when you're going to go ahead and search for Knickknack. So now we're actually going to go out and search for Knickknack. I'm going to show you guys Knickknack's little stash and show you whatever it is Knickknack has today, and we'll talk a little bit about how you make sure you have the right stuff to actually talk to Knickknack and buy the things that you want to buy. So when you're out in this basic forest world and you wander around, you can find landmarks with Knickknack inside. Now, when you go and talk to Knickknack, Knickknack will ask you to do a challenge, and that challenge will then unlock Knickknack's shop. So in this case, let's take a look. We have get up close and personal with a wolf and start dancing. If it bites you, that's even funnier. Okay, so unfortunately this one I may actually not be able to do. I may be unable to find a wolf in this area and dance next to it. But if we can, we'll go ahead and find a wolf and dance next to it, and then that will unlock Knickknack's shop. So I've been unlucky in this adventure, and there are no wolves around as far as I can see. So what we're going to do is, instead of hanging around here and spending lots of time here, we're just going to jump directly into a brand new Evergreen Bower free adventure and look for Knickknack again. So a few adventures down, and I've found another Knickknack, so hopefully this time this Knickknack will have an achievable quest. So let's take a look. Get up personal with a bear and start dancing. Okay, so this one is another one that's probably not going to happen because this is not a bear spawning island. This is just a regular bandit spawning island, so this process can take a little bit of time. I will get to the point where I've actually got a Knickknack with a quest that I can do, and then we'll have a look at Knickknack's shop. So here we go. We've now actually managed to find a Knickknack with a achievable quest. This Knickknack is asking me to take a photo of him. So here we go. We just take a quick little photo, keep the photo, and now we're done. So now we can actually talk to Knickknack and access Knickknack's stock. So here we go. We get the reward, and then we've got the stock that we can get access to. Now, as you can see, I've gone through a couple of different adventures here to find a Knickknack that's actually got a quest that I can do, but it's been okay. It's not been too hard to do. Now, the interesting thing here is I actually kind of need to do this twice. To get this exploding barrel, I either need to be carrying around the mischief powder that it requires to purchase, or I need to find him once and then find him again in the same day. So that's the thing, his stock only rotates at the day mark. So if you find him once and he's got something you want, you can just keep jumping in and out of adventures, and eventually you'll get him back again, get a quest that you can do, and you can then purchase the thing that you want. So in this case, if I wanted the ardent exploding barrel, then I could go through and I could find him again. I could make sure I had mischief powder with me, and I could buy up that ardent exploding barrel. But as I showed you in the previous clip, the ardent exploding barrel is bugged at this point in time. Hopefully this gets fixed soon so that we can use those and have more explosive things on our islands. But as I said, it's okay. It's hopefully something that the devs will get onto very soon. But yeah, so this is how I would suggest buying things off Knickknack is, if you're keen on getting something like this, you can jump into adventures, find Knickknack, and then find out what stock he has, and either get a friend to jump into the island and then jump out, get what you need, and jump back again, or you could jump out of here, make sure you have what you want, and then just kind of jump back into about 4 or 5 islands. You find him again, and then you can purchase the thing that you absolutely want. So as you can see, there's also a cyan Icor on sale today, which is kind of cool. So like I said, lots of stuff that you can do here with Knickknack, and I mean those are the two main ways that you can actually buy these barrels. So yes, there you go. That is how you get hold of the actual barrels, and then as you saw previously, they can just be hooked up to Lumostone wiring and explode and have lots of good fun with them. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next episode.